Kevin, it's our first conversation as part of the 2023 men's soccer season at Whitworth. This is our first conversation in terms of having a chance for you to talk about Pirate men's soccer as the head coach. So as we get started, let's go back to the beginning. You came in kind of late in the process. What was that adjustment like for you as you pick up a brand new team? And for the guys, as you're pulling together a roster of veterans and several newcomers?
It was interesting. It took a little while to try and build some relationships remotely, more than anything over FaceTime and, not FaceTime, Zoom and just phone calls. And then when we came together, it was actually very good. The guys have been very responsive. They seem very tight-knit. Some of our bonding activities like pickleball and just little events that we've done together really kind of brought the team together, and the energy has been pretty good over the course of our camp. So
you are a guy who's very familiar with the history and culture of Whitworth men's soccer because you experienced it as a player, you experienced it as an assistant coach for some very successful teams. Did you do anything in particular to maybe try and reestablish elements of that culture that you thought might have been missing the last few years?
Just talking a lot about response and competitiveness and how to look to be better daily. Every day we show up to train, it is with the intent to improve. So that's part of it. I think the training environment is a big part of the culture that a team has, and if you're not competitive, then you don't give yourself a chance to be competitive on the weekends. So that's something in our training sessions that happens a lot. We compete in many different areas. So competition then.
Yep. First weekend of the regular season perhaps could not have gone much better than it did. A big win over Walla Walla and then a hard-fought win over Northwest. What was it that we did right coming out of the gate so quickly?
There was a lot of energy. I think there was a lot of enthusiasm and excitement about those first games. A lot of the players who were new to me, which was all of them, needed to step up and show what they were capable of. And I think that opportunity to play games finally, especially since the smoke shut us down for a little while, kind of energized us. So that was a big part of it.
Our first road trip in the second weekend of the season did not go quite as well, and we suffered a couple of losses down in California. What are the biggest lessons we take out of that weekend?
Response, energy. I mean, there's a recurring theme here. We had high energy and good responses at home. Our energy was a little low in our two games. The energy of our second game in our second half was very high. I'm very excited to build off of that. Response to certain things that happened during the game was another area where we were learning some lessons. How to respond when people are a little chippy or saying things you don't like, rather than getting caught up into it and just focusing on the work. That's part of what we learned this weekend. So,
turning our focus now to Northwest Conference play. Things get real in a hurry. This week we opened conference play on the road in Tacoma. What do we know about PLU and Puget Sound that are going to present challenges for us?
Looking one game at a time. So we're focused on PLU first. We will prepare for UPS, but PLU is the first one. I know that they are a successful program in this conference. So what do we know about them? We know that they're going to come out to compete, that they don't stop, that they're, well, I don't want to give away too much, but we're preparing, so we'll be ready.
And for those guys who are new to this team, who haven't played in a Northwest Conference match yet, what is being communicated to them about what the step up in intensity and energy is going to be like?
Well, like I said, the energy and the intensity of our second half in our last game this weekend was fantastic. It was really good, really good. And there were quite a few freshmen on the field at times. So they understand what the level needs to be now. I don't think if we don't have a drop off in our energy or intensity this weekend, I don't think anybody's going to have a hard time to keep up, at least. So